Nittany Lions. And as noted, a very big ball game here, but down south, South Carolina, with 50 seconds remaining, trying to stay undefeated against North Carolina State, having taken the lead 35-28. Ooh-wee, Joe Morrison and Tom Reed both aging in that ball game.
Coaches today have to be real tough. Up and down that field is not something coaches like me are accustomed to.
Boston College is going to receive the opening kickoff. Garen Flutie and Steve Williams are the deep people. Ken Bell is normally back there, but Troy Stratford is injured, suited up, but is not expected to play. And they're going to save Ken Bell and not risk him on the kickoff returns because they need him at tailback. Masamomenko will kick off for Penn State, and the game is on. Number 13 between these two teams. And it goes to the goal line to Dan Flutie, the younger brother of Doug Flutie, and he almost has a catastrophe at the very beginning as he failed to handle a cold football, and they bring him down inside the 5-yard line. Doug Flutie will start, and of course everybody knows the story, but today he may well take a big step toward becoming the first 10,000-yard man. Bell we mentioned at tailback. Steve Strahan will be the opening fullback. Kelvin Martin, wide receiver today in there. He's been there all year. And the money man for the Eagles on the pass is Gerard Phelan. Doug Flutie needs 142 yards to take over the total offensive career lead, passing Jim McMahon of BYU. From the 4, BC goes to work, and Strahan, a senior out of Burlington, Mass., carries the ball. Scott Gieselman is the tight end, 6'6" and 240. Along the line, Mark McDonald, 270-pound tackle. Steve Trapillo, 265 at guard. Jack Bicknell with a very sore leg, 255 at center. Mark Bardwell at the other guard, 255. Sean Regent, 270 at tackle. It is second down and about 7. The ball is out beyond the 6, close to the 7-yard line. Strahan picked up about 3 on the opening carry of the game. BC starting deep in the hole, and Flutie throws it out of his end zone. And the pass is snapped down the middle, and he's lucky to get it back. It was intended for Gieselman, but Rogers Alexander, the inside linebacker, number 95, steps right in front of it and almost picked it off.
Of course, wheeling-dealing football team, Boston College, throwing off their own 5, and as Keith mentioned, properly so, 95, Alexander was right there, could have intercepted. Great defensive play, one that sure will give them some confidence in defending against Flutie.
There's your defensive alignment for Penn State. Janetti, Russo, Moles, and the big guys up front. Your secondary set there. It is third down and 7, Boston College. Flutie rolling it out from the end zone. Throws upfield, and it's batted down by number 31, Shane Conlon, a linebacker who had dropped off into the short zone. And so now Boston College will have to kick the football from their own end zone, and Penn State's opening possession should be somewhere near the middle of the field. Doing the punting will be Steve Peach, a backup quarterback.
Keith, I was just going to mention that I've always believed in a big ball game it helps to kick off, let the other team start deep in their end of the field and maybe make a mistake, thumbing the kickoff, put them in the hole.
Peach handles the snap well, gets his kick out of there, comes upfield, it bounces. They play on grass here, so you don't get the big bounce. And it rolls dead on the BC side of the field. Penn State is going to have the ball first down at the Boston College 44 with John Schaefer, a sophomore quarterback out of Cincinnati. Steve Smith, a junior from Clinton, Maryland, 225 at fullback. And this is the man, DJ Dozier, another sophomore and a great running back. Herb Bellamy is one of the wide receivers, and Tough Rocky Washington is your flanker. And the Lions come quickly now out of the I formation. Boston College showing a 5-man defensive front. Schaefer gives the ball to Dozier, and Dozier slants over just past the right tackle and gets down to about the 40. Dean DiMedio is your tight end, 6'3", 220. The tackle is Stan Short, 270 pounds. Jeff Woofter is at guard, 265. Nick Hayden is the center at 265 pounds. Mitch Farrat, 250-pound guard, and Chris Conlon, the other tackle, 265. Second down and 6 for Penn State from the BC 40. Schaefer gives the ball off inside, goes to Steve Smith, the starting fullback, and Smith bangs for about 1 yard down to the 39. David Thomas, Scott Harrington, Mike Ruth, John Boza, Chuck Gorecki, the down linemen. Foley and Van Nessen are the starting linebackers, And the defensive secondary, Russell, Eiton, Ferreira, and Thurman. Thurman with 9 pass interceptions on the season. It is 3rd down and 5. Boston College, or rather Penn State at the Boston College 39. Schaefer rolls right, penalty flags flutter into the air. The pass is incomplete. The pass was thrown to the far sidelines, intended for Eric Hamilton, number 30.
The wide receiver, Keith, did not get up on the line of scrimmage. There were only 6 men on the line of scrimmage, and that's the penalty. You have to have 7.
One would think that Boston College might refuse this, since it's not a major penalty.
Illegal procedure on the offense. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 4th down.
They do refuse it. The referee is Joseph Klimshot today. We'll run the others for you in a moment. On 4th down, the Penn State kicking team comes out, and they bring out the punter, not the place kicker, because it would be a mammoth shot from the tee. John Bruno. Daddy played here at Penn State. John, it's a knuckler up there. It's a tail dragger. If they let it go, it'll go to the end zone, and it does. You got to get that nose pointed down if you're going to kill it deep on the soft grass. He couldn't do it. 39-yard punt. And now Boston College gets a little better field position for its second possession. In the top 10 in all the major polls this week, and there are the stats for Doug Flutie on his way to becoming the first man ever perhaps to gain 10,000 yards in his collegiate football career. On 1st down, they go to Strahan, the fullback. He gets 2 yards, and now let's check in with Jim Lampley. It's truly, apparently, one of the Cinderella teams of the season. 2nd down and 8. Flutie back to throw the ball. Wings one down the middle, and the pass is caught by Gerard Phelan at the 27. And number 95, Rogers Alexander, steps in to whack him.
I think we should tell the fans Penn State has an entirely different concept on defense. Here's the Penn State-Boston College record, last year's score. But Penn State has a different concept with their defense. They're trying to penetrate with their 4 defensive linemen, quick penetration, mess up things, do the best they can to put pressure on the pass.
They've got Dell in motion, and Flutie back on 3rd down and 3. Throws it in front of Gerard Phelan, incomplete. And so once again, Boston College will have to kick it away, unable to pick up a 1st down.
The Penn State defense did apply pressure to Flutie. He had 1 look. He has thrown very poorly on 3 of the 4 passes that he has attempted. 2 could have been intercepted, 1 wild and the other one completed.
Penn State sends 2 people deep now for the punt from Steve Peach. It'll be Kevin Woods and Jim Coates. Joe Paterno, like Frank Royal, please catch the ball, don't let it bounce. From the 31, it is Coates, and he comes back to about the 37, a 43-yard punt and a 6-yard return. With 11 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the first quarter, high on a windy hill in the heart of Pennsylvania. Yard line. No score in the first quarter. Boston College has had it twice. Once very poor field position. Couldn't do much with it. This is the fullback Smith. And Smith runs over 2 tacklers and picks up almost 9 yards on the carry. Let me get a little clarity in the Doug Flutie story. We mentioned him as being the first player to go for 10,000 yards. That's in Division 1A. I'm sure most of you, certainly around the Portland State area, know that Lomax had 13,000 plus, and Kenny Hobart at Idaho had over 11,000. We want to get everybody aroused in Portland and Muscle. Second down and 2. Back goes Schaefer. Looks left, throws right, and he's hit just as he delivers it by Mike Ruth, who came blowing through, and the pass is incomplete.
Mike Ruth, number 68, really the bell cow, and he's using a stunt, a good swim technique, we call it, where you act like you're swimming, you get right by the center, and he has that relentless effort, and he hits Schaefer just as he tries to release the ball, and it goes incomplete.
They need about 2 yards for their first down, a short 2 on third down. Give it to Dozier. Good defensive flow, and Dozier outruns it and gets the first down. They had a shot at him, but they just couldn't get him. Number 17 came whistling through there, but Tony Thurman missed him.
Speed is always a factor. Dozier has that real speed that when he needs an extra gear, he can accelerate to the outside. And as Keith properly mentioned, Boston College is in perfect position to defend the play, but could not make the tackle.
And so the Lions have it, first down near the Boston College 45. On first down, Pereira blitzes, and Schaefer throws it away. You're going to see a lot of that probably today. Number 41, David Pereira, coming in on a blitz from the blind side, but Schaefer heard the hoofbeats and got rid of the ball.
Here's Schaefer's numbers. You can see 46%, 5 interceptions. He's just a sophomore. As Joe mentioned, he has all of the ability, but it takes time to develop into a polished quarterback.
Second down and 10. Dozier. Look at him running traffic. First down, Penn State. Inside the Boston College 35 at the 33. Thurman, ranging over from his free safety spot, finally got there.
Free safeties have to be a combination of a great center fielder, but also they're unblocked on most plays. The offense has never found a way to block the free safety. Here's Thurman, number 17, coming over and making the play, which might have been a touchdown had he not been there.
Just inside the 34 of Boston College, first down, Penn State. Schaefer on first down to throw. Goes for the big one. Rocky Washington, and it's incomplete. Rocky Washington, a senior out of Beaver Falls, defending Neil Eichen for the Eagles.
It was a perfect blitzing down, and that's what we had, man-for-man coverage. Schaefer's back in the pocket. He takes time. He looks all the way. The defensive back, Eichen, number 43, makes a great play. Right here, he's going up for the ball. You cannot tell whether the ball had passed the receiver or not, but playing man-for-man, that's about all you could do. Number 43.
Wrong 43 up there.
Right.
Mumford is in now, and Dozier's out. Pereira comes from the other side. The pass is away, and it's incomplete. And again, a fine defensive play down the middle, this time by Tony Thurman. And give Schaefer credit. He knew the blitz was coming, and he was hit just as he released it, but he was strong enough to put the ball on target. He's now 0 for 5.
Schaefer is moving out to the left away from the blitz. Pereira's coming from the weak side, number 41. He's trying to get there. Schaefer finally releases the ball. It's man-for-man coverage, meaning you're really gambling, covering receivers all over the field. It's a very tight coverage, but falls incomplete.
And it's third down and 10. Goes to the air this time. The inside blitz comes, and the inside man is Mike Ruth, number 68.
Coverage sack. Defenders did a great job covering the Penn State receivers. Therefore, Schaefer had no one to throw the ball to. He waits in the pocket, and finally, Mike Ruth, who the coaches say plays like every down is a Super Bowl. You can see the effort. Ruth is not going to give up. He gets away from the blocker, leaves his feet, throws him to the ground.
550 pounds in the bench press. In the punt, John Bruno. High. And it's Kelvin Martin, fair catch. Boston College 12. 9:52 to go first quarter. And next week, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Ooh, they had a rough one today against the Wolfpack of NC State, winning 35-28, scoring 25 fourth quarter points. They will go against the Seminoles of Florida State. We may need a 3-digit scoreboard to handle it.
Well, Bob Bowden, the Florida State coach, is really one of the best offensive coaches. Very bright with that offense. We will see a lot of scores.
The Seminoles are out in Tempe, Arizona tonight, playing Arizona State in an intersectional game. Boston College first down from its 12. They've had 4 field position so far, this being their 3rd possession. And Flutie gets his pass off down the middle, finds his tight end, Scott Gieselman, first down as the Eagles go out for their 31.
Easiest man to find when you're throwing that football in the middle is a 6'5" receiving. That's Scott Gieselman, the tight end, getting in behind. The fake held the linebackers, handcuffed them just a minute. 95, Alexander was not deep enough. The pass was complete.
Don't tell me that Flutie can't throw it out of a pocket.
Oh, he loves to throw it. Contrary to what people think, at 5'9", does not handicap him.
Back he goes on first down to throw, runs away from the pressure, little jump off pass to Ken Bell, the tailback working through traffic. He's got another Boston College first down on the Penn State side of the field.
Bell is a junior, number 24. Substituted as a starting tailback for Stratford last year. He's a safety valve. Flutie's dropping back to pass. Receivers are covered. Now he tosses the ball out, picks up some blockers. He caught 4 passes last week for 60 yards. You can see he is a good runner. Alexander misses it. Picks up a good block from Strahan, the fullback. First down.
Come on, D!
Penn State 49. Little quick handoff inside to Strahan, and Steve is wrestled down right at the line of scrimmage and working down in the cool shade of State College, Pennsylvania, our colleague Tim Brent.
Keith, it is very cool. As a matter of fact, it's in the mid-40s, dropping rapidly, and it's making the muscles tight. It's already taken its toll. The defensive captain for Boston College, David Thomas, has pulled a hamstring. He will not be back the rest of this ball game.
That is bad news because he's a stalwart along the defensive front for Boston College. It's too bad. Second down, give him 1, make it second down and 9. Flutie gives to Bell, works his way in the middle, down close to the 45. It'll be third down and 6 for Boston College.
The Penn State defense has 4 down linemen. As we look at the progress that this is currently adding on what Flutie has done today, you see how close he is to the total offensive career. Less than 100 yards for an NCAA league over McMahon.
That's Division 1A only.
Division 1A only.
Third down and 6. He's got Gieselman, but he chooses instead Phelan at the 29. Not Phelan, Martin. Kelvin Martin.
Flutie's only going to get 1 look with those 4 people on most of the protection. You can see the tackles that are rushing. Rousseau, 67. You can see Moe, 63. They're coming up the middle. And Flutie gets 1 look, and he picks out Martin, who is curled inside, and Zordic brings him down.
And it's first down Boston College now at the Penn State 29. Far and away the deepest penetration of the ball game by the white-shirted Eagles. Throwing on first down. Gets it off, dumps it away to the fullback Strahan, looks for some help and gets some. And then as he comes back across the field, will wind up with about a 2-yard pickup as Don Giannetti, a defensive end, brought him down. 7 minutes, just less than that now, to play in the first quarter. And Texas Tech holding a 3-0 lead. Now, where did Jim Lampley get that information that Tech beats Texas 3 out of the last 4 presidential election years?
He did some research. He must have more than himself.
We got too many researchers if we're coming up with that kind of stuff. Second down and 8. Little delay, give it to Bell, and Bell's caught behind the line of scrimmage, and the man that made that play was Zordic, number 43, the strong safety who was blitzing. He turned him right back into the arms of Genetti.
It's not unusual to see the blitz as we see the South Carolina comeback. On this part of the field, second down and long is a perfect blitzing down. Zornick, the strong safety, made the play, as Keith mentioned, preventing a long run.
Georgia beating Memphis State, and that was a ball game a lot of folks were worried about, and there's one of the stunners of the day as George Welch brings UVA along the road toward success. It's third down now and about 15. Blitz on, Flutie runs away from one and gets his pass off. It is inside the 20, and it is caught there, and the spot will determine a first down perhaps.
Keith, it's the first time we've seen Flutie in the shotgun.
Phelan making the catch.
Phelan knows how to get open. Flutie is flushed out of the pocket by the blitzing linebacker. 53, Graham, I guess it was, and now watch him work for the ball and concentrate, cradle it in. The scramble by Flutie made it possible.
Now the measurement is going to be just short. Well, they looked to me like he was near the 29, but they only gave him the 30 on the spot, the 19, but they spotted him just short of the hash mark.
They'll have to go for it. Watch this scramble. This is why the shotgun, the first time we've seen it. The blitzing is coming from the right side of it. Number 53, Graham. Now he flushes Flutie out. Now Flutie looks for the receiver. He doesn't want to run the ball because it's about 15 yards for a first down. What a catch by Phelan.
Look where he is. He's inside the 19 on that catch.
He's still lost, Steve.
They go for it. Strahan, a high school high jumper, trying to sail over the top of it.
The mark gave him the first down.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
But now you know off that last play what Joe Paterno meant when he said you give Flutie one look and then try to find Phelan.
That's exactly what he told us yesterday at lunch. And the reason is that Phelan knows how to get open on the scramble. Other receivers, sometimes they just stand still. They don't know how to get away from the defense.
Oklahoma State, Notre Dame pulled one out with a last gasp field goal, and Syracuse beat Pittsburgh, and trouble continues for the Panthers. It is first down, Boston College at the Penn State 19.
Another good situation for the blitz.
He's got three wideouts. Penalty flag. Whistles before, just as the snap occurred.
Looks like it's the delay of the game, Steve.
It is. It is.
When you use a lot of formations and shift around, you take that risk of exceeding the 25-second clock.
Which they do not have here.
Vic Dale saying, hurry up, giving the signals to the formation. Substitute brings in the play. What a bright coach this man is. What refreshing.
Delay of game on the offense. First down.
And 15 as the ball comes back now to the 24.
Delay penalties just change your offensive strategy. Well, I don't know what it does with a wheeler dealer of Doug Flutie. He can do the same thing.
Dombrowski is in now at a wideout, number 44. Goes down the middle with it, and he short hopped it. Phelan was in the middle, trying to reach in and scoop it up, but he couldn't quite do it. And so it brings up third down and 15.
The man in motion is very difficult to cover. If you're playing man to man, you sort of lose him. And now Phelan's going to get in the middle, and once again, Moles forces Flutie to scramble a little bit, but ball, while he was scrambling, was inaccurate, trapped, incomplete.
Try to run a counter inside, and they get something out of it with Phelan carrying the ball. That's sort of an enlarged version of the old wingback counter type play, and it gets him down to about the 18. Third down and 9 now.
Here's the offensive breakdown. Boston College, 86 total yards. Penn State, 24. Nothing passing.
Flutie under pressure, and they've got him. All the way back at the 33-yard line. The ball is loose. And the Nittany Lions cash it in.
That old naked bootleg backfired against the blitz. Look at the top of the screen. It's going to be a naked bootleg. No one is there to block White, the defensive end. Watch him. He has that poise. He jumps, but he keeps his balance. And finally, he strips the ball away from Flutie right there.
Lions cover the ball at their own 32. They will have it there first down as they turn away the Boston College threat. Five minutes and 55 seconds. Boston College fumbles the ball away on the pressure on Flutie, and Penn State comes up with it now. They do have a 25-second clock, but what I should have said to you a while ago is it's not at field level. You got to look up above the crowd to see it. It's sometimes hard to see. Here's Dozier on a sweep right. And DJ picks up about 3 as he's knocked out of bounds at the 35. They sell here about 70,000 season tickets. The capacity is listed at 83,007 change. You got to look way up above the end zone crowds, and you get it up against the high sky like you've got today with a bright sun on it. It's hard to see.
You got a near side quarterback, you're in trouble.
Second down and 7. And it's Dozier again. This time Pereira slows him down, and the pursuit gets him at the line of scrimmage.
Pereira is one of those key football players that's around the football. He's a strong safety, but leads the team in tackles, which is, I think, a little bit unusual. Sometimes the free safety does, but the strong safety, and they seem to put him at the right place at the right time, and he gets involved. That's the key for being a good safety.
They marked him out near the 36 on that one for a yard. Third down and 6. Schaefer back, pressures on, they got him. And coming up the middle, it's Bill Romanowski, number 53, and remember the name. He is a freshman, and the coaches think he is going to be a spectacular linebacker.
Continuing on what Keith said, they've tried him at fullback, but all they've been waiting to do is get him ready to play. There he comes. You see Penn State busts their blocking, and Romanowski, the freshman, makes the play, forcing the punt. Blitz the young, inexperienced quarterback. That's what Boston College is doing.
John Bruno punting. Gets a good one out of there this time. He had a lot of field to work with. He tried to kill the other 2 deep. Kelvin Martin on the return for the Eagles. And Kelvin comes back to the 34. It was a 52-yard punt by John Bruno. With 2 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. No score. Every play this time of the year, you're going to have some sore spots. I talked to Doug Flutie about his.
The shoulder's fine, and so is the hand. Last week I bumped it a little bit on someone's helmet, and it was a little bit sore for a couple of days, but it's fine now. The shoulder I hurt, in the beginning of the season, and every now and then it's my left shoulder, so it doesn't really matter that much. But every now and then you get a little flare-up, but it's pretty good.
And the temperature is going down toward the middle 30s by the end of this game on an almost cloudless day in the heart of Pennsylvania. And when you've got nicks on a cold day, they are more troublesome, especially if you have to sit on the sidelines a long time. It's the best field position Boston College has had for starting a possession. First down at 34. And Flutie, under pressure, has to get rid of it again rather quickly. And the pass is off target and incomplete.
I'm very impressed with the amount of pressure that Penn State is getting on Flutie on the passing game. Something that Penn State couldn't do last year with only 2 down linemen, rushing linebackers to try to put the other pressure on. Right now, these 4 men are coming on the snap of the ball.
And Jack Bicknell has decided to change things a little bit. He takes out the 3 wides, puts Ken Bell back in there. They go to a shotgun. Bell, of course, a good receiver. And he drifts out into the short zone as Flutie goes deep down the middle, and the pass is dropped by Kelvin Martin. A little bit behind Kelvin. Otherwise, he probably would have pulled that one in. And it was for good pickup, too, close to 22 yards.
Here's what Flutie has done against Penn State. You can see his freshman year, his sophomore year, he completed a record number of yardage passes for 520, but that was in a losing cause on a one-sided victory by the national championship team. Last year was a big one, 380 yards, and won the football game.
Well, it was in this game that started his career because Penn State was beating the Eagles pretty badly, and Jack Bicknell stuck him in the game, and since then he's been a sensation. Down the middle again, and this time it is caught up at the 49-yard line and will be a first down unless the penalty flag is against Boston College.
This time, Flutie backed up deeper than I have seen him, Keith. He backed up very deep.
It was Flutie to Flutie that time, too.
Doug's brother is just a freshman. Was really a running back.
Oh, look at here. It's against Penn State.
Keith, last year that would be tacked on at the end of the play, but I'm not sure that it is now. I think they changed that rule to stop the tacking on at the end of the play. Yes, they have.
They will take the play, which gives them first down at their own 49. Doug's probably quoting last year's rules.
That's correct. That was last year's rule.
We had a face mask on the defense during the forward pass. It is declined to first down.
Let's see if we can tell the where the face mask occurred. Isolated right here on the Flutie. Darren Flutie. Nope, it's not there. It's somewhere else.
Bell goes in motion, putting 3 wides on the same side of the field. Flutie back. It is batted up in the air and intercepted by number 55, Tim Johnson. And Penn State has the football at the Boston College 31.
Well, that's the break. That's what you do when you put pressure on the passer. You force Flutie to go to the safety valve. Watch the 4 men. The 4 men are getting pressure on Doug. Here comes to tell who that was.
Johnson. Tim Johnson.
Johnson, number 55, catches it. And Penn State is pressure. 99 is the one that was putting the pressure on him. That's Mike Garrett. He's the one that forced it.
So the defense gives the Penn State offense an opportunity at the 31. And into the ball game is Doug Strang. And Strang carrying the ball out of bounds at the 10. Doug Strang jumps into the lineup for Penn State for the first time today and comes up with a big play.
With the poise, the experience of a senior, been in the battle many, many times. He reacts positively, scrambles right up the middle when the receivers were covered. Big, big play.
That might do a lot to him to get his confidence.
Oh, yes. We'll talk about why Joe told us yesterday that he had to bench him.
It's first down. The ball is sitting just short of the 10 for Penn State. And Strang coming left with it. Throws in the corner, and his man fell down. Nobody around him, and the intended receiver, Rocky Washington, lost his footing. He was wide open.
Penn State had a first down on the 10-yard line, and that's the toughest place to score from. We coaches like a first down on the 5, giving us 4 downs to make 5 yards. So Penn State came out throwing on first down. Now they're 3rd and 3 downs to make 10 yards. They'll be lucky to take it in run and have to continue with the pass. Maybe a draw play.
They may not get a man that wide open again, though. He really had one that time. This is Dozier. into the stack for a couple of yards. Peter Holey and Todd Russell, the principal tacklers for Boston College.
The Boston College defense has held up remarkably well. They stopped Penn State early in the quarter, and they've been able to control the running game pretty much, something that we were wondering about before the game.
Heading toward the end of the first quarter. Doug Strang in at quarterback in relief of the starter, John Schaefer, who was 0 for 5.
Here's the blitz, Steve.
On third down, Strang back. Gets his pass away, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Kevin Campbell, defended by Neil Eichen. So it's fourth down, and in comes the place kicker.
Here we see Kevin Campbell, the senior wide receiver. Eichen, number 43, just covers him perfectly, reacts right with him. Ball's incomplete. Beautiful man-for-man coverage. You couldn't ask for any better. Of course, the rush was good. I think Holly put the rush on.
Gachetano is in now for the field goal try. He is going to kick one from 25 yards, and he is 28 out of 30 inside the 40 during his career. And he bangs it up and through. With 1 minute and 1 second to play in the first quarter, the Penn State Nittany Lion defense, in particular Tim Johnson, makes the big play, and the Lions get 3 to lead. And here's Jim.
Right.
Be a boost for the Red Raiders if they could sneak that one away, huh?
Jerry Moore, the coach who has had a long, fine career as assistant coach at Nebraska, has had some tough years, and this would be a great win for him.
I'll tell you, somebody else, Frank, get a boost out of it. It'd be TCU, who still has to play Texas.
Oh, yes, and it puts some other teams back in the Cotton Bowl picture. Texas is good news.
I bet. Long, deep kickoff into the end zone where Steve Williams catches it. Minka nailed it. And so Boston College, now trailing 3-0 to the Lions, will come out to the 20 for the first snap.
Well, you have to consider a victory for the defense when the offense turns the ball over on that part of the field, right close to the goal line, and you force the field goal attempt, which was successful. But the defensive coaches say, fellas, you did your job. That's all you could do.
Now Bell and Strahan come out in the backfield for BC as Flutie sits down under the center and gives to Strahan, and not much, maybe 2, and that'll do it as Kirkendall and Johnson were there.
In talking to the Boston College coaches, they mentioned that they really would hope they could make some yards running, take so much pressure off of Flutie. Here's Flutie's done for the week in 6 games. Look at North Carolina. That was his big game. 73% completion, 6 touchdowns. And what's impressive also is 60% completion average, 6 interceptions, and 17 touchdowns.
Second down and 8 from the 22.
Delayed blitz.
Pressure's on, and Flutie runs out of the traffic and comes up the sidelines just over the 25. Rogers Alexander, number 53, was the man coming down the middle. Don Graham, a linebacker. If there is one thing that abounds at Penn State insofar as athletes and football players in particular are concerned, it would be linebackers.
Keith, that's a great point. Most of them have played fullback in high school. They can run. And Alexander, that was a perfect example of delayed blitz, meaning he waited, the blocking took effect, and then he ran through.
Penn State leads 3-0, third down and 6 for Boston College. Flutie has time. The ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage, and there's the wrap on a 5'9" quarterback right there. 12 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Doug's a little bit perturbed right now. This is the at least amount of completions and effectiveness that I had seen in the first quarter. You can see what he has done for the season. Only 9 times has he lost yardage out of 243 plays.
Steve Peach is in now for the punt with Woods and Coach deep for Penn State. Low kick, and stepping up is Woods, and is immediately held at the 43. 35-yard punt and a 3-yard return with 4 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Keith, have we mentioned that there's a pretty good wind blowing today? The Boston College has been going into the teeth of the wind, and Penn State has had that advantage. This will change in 4 seconds. There's the flag. You can see it's about a 10-mile-an-hour wind, I would estimate.
Beaver Stadium is a bowl. It's fully enclosed. Gosh, I go back to the days of coming here to do ball games when they had less than 60,000, and now they have almost 84,000.
Beautiful place for college football setting.
Strang is in there at quarterback, turns and gives the ball to Dozier, and Dozier, slashing over the right side, picks up about 3 yards. First quarter is over, and after 15 minutes, it's Penn State 3, Boston College nothing. There is a bucolic setting.
Hard to beat this setting. They built this stadium out off of the campus, parking. They